With PGR Global currently experiencing one of the greatest collaborations in Gacha gaming, which most likely has drained a lot of players and especially those that have recently started due to the DMC5 collaboration, the next version update through the Tide Home might now be a bit of an issue. The new S-rank frame of Bianca will be the main attraction next update, and as much as we were all pretty much expecting for next version to be our final integrated version, to quite the surprise, Bianca will be our only new character and through the Tide Home will in fact be a solo patch. So not only does that mean we would need to wait a little longer for the release of Discord and the content she releases with, but more importantly that it will be more difficult to now pick up Bianca since rewards won't be doubled from an integrated version. Of course this has been revealed by PGRKR, and so I do have to say there is a chance stuff will be different on Global, but for the most part Global has been following KR for quite some time in terms of content. So as somewhat of a warning for those that are still going in on the DMC5 banners, I'll be going over the value our brand new frame of Bianca holds, the coatings that will be featured and some events including a free S-rank selector to look forward to within Through the Tide Home. As always, if you are interested in more Punishing Grey Raven content, would very much appreciate it if you could subscribe and drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Jumping into this with the fact, over the last couple of version updates, Bianca Stigmata was completely removed from the meta. Considering Selena Pianissimo outright deals significantly more physical damage and Vergil from the current DMC collab is now the meta Ultima / attacker. Though now Bianca is back with a brand new Dark Attacker frame, and before anything, her design truly does look heavenly as she does appear in more of a bridal style, which really is more than enough of a reason to warrant pulling. In addition to the incredible design, Bianca will debut alongside a brand new effect known as Refulgence, which essentially allows Bianca to utilize certain skills dealing Refulgence damage once accumulating enough stacks for her gauge. Now of course the effect isn't going to be as effective as later on when more characters do release with the Refulgence effect, but considering Bianca is able to act as both the enabler and damage dealer, alongside the fact Refulgence does synergize well with lightning and plasma beam buffs, it does pretty much allow Bianca to utilize the Refulgence effect on release when alongside HonkaiStarRail as the tank and Feral as the support. But as usual, you wouldn't really need to worry about effects until you are entering the more difficult stages of endgame. For the most part, Bianca will be utilized as the new best-in-slot Dark Attacker, which does mean she will be bringing down the curtains on Lamia Lost Lullaby and her position within the meta Dark composition. But of course she would still be a viable option and is quite capable of clearing a lot of content. Though as of next update, the new meta Dark composition will consist of Bianca as the main damage dealer, Lilith Demonissa as the support / sub DPS, and Karenina Shaya somehow still as the tank. So especially considering Lilith was given for free not too long ago, it does mean players would have an easier time forming a powerful meta composition and so would be inclined to pull for Bianca. Simply finishing this up with Bianca's animations, and pretty much like most new characters as of recent that do release with insane looking animations, Bianca is no exception, as not only is she able to utilize both dark and light abilities, but literally everything from the range of certain abilities to the speed of her attacks to the insane looking signature moves and the fact that she hits the Excalibur, Bianca is definitely one of the most incredible looking characters to have released and really just looks extremely fun. So all in all, even though we are still waiting on a new dark tank and instead received an attacker, Bianca is crushing the meta once more with her brand new frame, and so might be worth saving for now rather than going in any deeper into the DMC5 banners. Now moving on to the brand new coatings for next update, as usual the debuting character will release alongside a new coating, and in Bianca's case, for those that aren't so keen on the bridal look and do miss the dark and edgy side of Bianca Stigmata, for the standard price of 168 RC you will be able to pick up Bianca's Bloodborne style coating with a black and red color choice. Also considering it's a special effects coating, Bianca's abilities do have a different look as they will mostly have have a bunch of blood effects, which really do look insane and is a complete turnaround from the holy light effects within the default coating. Following on from that, we will have a brand new special effects coating for Lucia Pyroth, which will in fact be summer themed and is quite nice overall when considering the water effects of her abilities and in her hair. So pretty much another great coating for the wife, which will be available right after the wedding coating. But do just bear in mind it does come at a cost of 168 RC, just like Bianca's coating. Now for those that aren't looking to spend money, you'll be happy to know we will be receiving a free summer themed coating for Jetavi, which overall does look great, but I imagine wouldn't see much screen time, considering Jetavi is a dark attacker with the ignition effect, which is clearly outperformed by both the new Dark Bianca in the Dark team and Dante within the ignition composition. So unless you are a huge fan of Jetavi and still intend to utilize her, again I assume a great looking coating as her summer themed one isn't going to really be seen that often. On the other hand, with the final coating for Selena Pianissimo, a Japanese style wedding coating that not only looks amazing on Selena but is also going to be a gacha coating is huge, especially with the fact Selena is the metaphysical attacker that literally released last version, and so opposed to Jetavi, you will of course be seeing a lot of this coating when utilizing the metaphysical composition. Of course, with being a gacha coating, that does mean you're able to pick it up for either 17,500 BC or 500 RC, but honestly, just considering the fact that next update is going to be a solo patch, despite how great the coating does look, I don't believe many players will even be able to afford it after the DMC collaboration and summoning for Bianca. Though regardless, the coating's next update do still look great as usual and will hold a lot of value for those that are willing to spend money and for those that are strictly free to play. Lastly, as for the events to expect, as usual there will be various minigame events such as the new fighting game style event that will provide various rewards, a brand new boss fight that in typical PGR manner looks amazing from the scenery to the actual boss itself, alongside there potentially being some rerun summer coatings consisting of Hanyings, Lunas and Isla's. But considering the whole integrated version schedule we've had, I wouldn't entirely bank on reruns until we do receive official confirmation from PGR Global. Aside from that, and above everything, we are expected to receive the same free S-Rank selector from the version update before the DMC5 collaboration, which pretty much means the selector will be going up to Shukra. Now of course that is a slight pain considering the amount of value characters just after Shukra hold, but we really can't complain when it's completely free and there are valuable characters such as Chu and Watanabe that are still available to pick up. But also, if you do just want a character that released a while ago, you would be able to pick them up using the free S-Rank selector. So overall, Through the Tide Home is gonna be a solid version update featuring an absolute goddess of a character, great looking coatings, various events and a free S-Rank selector. But as mentioned, it will be a bit of a problem considering it is a single patch rather than the expected double integrated patch with Discord. So with that being said, as we do expect, the DMC5 collaboration will not be returning, so I do understand those that may want to be going all in to pick up as much as they can. But it might be wise to just consider saving some black cards for next update, as Bianca is certainly not a character you would want to sleep on. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Would really appreciate it if you could subscribe for more Punishing Grey Raven content, and if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Also drop a comment down below on what exactly are you looking forward to the most next update, and if you are still summoning on the DMC5 banners. And yeah, hope to catch you guys later.